Hey there everyone, welcome back to GameFind, and my name is Dave, and today we're taking a look at an expansion for Catacombs cubes called Monuments. Let's do it. So as a disclaimer, this is a review copy from Ellsworth Games. Thank you so much for your support, really do appreciate it. Now, this is an expansion to a game that we gave the must-play award to, so you know that we like it. I'm first going to start off by talking about the cover here. I'm not as impressed with this cover as I was the actual base game here. This really here just draws me in. I really like it. This one right here, I like the blue, and the art kind of looks, if I really had to put something like a label on it, looks like Adventure Time, especially the little goblins right here. And the dragon, I think, is meant to be drawn this way, but just not my cup of tea. But that's a small quibble. We want to know what's inside this box and how it varies things up. It does add a little bit more to the game. It brings in monuments, which are new buildings that kind of act like palaces, but a little bit different. But not only does it add monuments, it adds more polyominoes, big chunky polyominoes with great colors. Without further ado, let me show you the production of this game, and then I'll tell you what changes, and then give you my opinion. Let's go. Alright, so this is what you get in the box of Monuments, and they put a dwarf in the game. Ah, I love it. And he is the green player, which is even better. I love this color green they use. It's my favorite, like a lime or a bud green. And Beeble doesn't have much of a difference. He just has now one of the new shapes here and different coins as well. But my favorite one to play with, and I take them now every time because I love dwarfs. And then Dracula comes into the fray. Really cool. And then we have dice, so you can play up to 6 players. The new shapes here are magnificent. This is one of my favorite colors. I love the turquoise, and these are some really cool shapes. You got the, these are the 2 crucial shapes in Tetris. When you think about Tetris, this little Z shape is one of the shapes that you see. But just nice quality bits here. You have more obsidian here, and these are gold. This is marble here. That's what they call it. And then you have a hand of different tiles here. I'm going to go over these a little more in depth to show you how the game has changed, but the quality of these components I am in love with. So if I had to judge the expansion just based on the production, it would win me over. But that's not what we do. So let me show you the variants that Monuments adds. Let's go. So the minor things that have changed are some of these blue tiles, they are now parks. Now instead of having 27 tiles, you'll be putting 30, so you'll be replacing some of the new ones if you want, but you always add in these parks if you want to play with the expansion, and they have a bit of variance to them. Let's go over the art. We'll go over these a little slower, unlike we did in the base game, because, well, this is an expansion. We have a little more time. Now, one thing I do want to mention, the solo play, you will have to do some switcheroo if you play with the expansion. I'm not going to get too much into that, just keep that in mind. And then you get more of the palaces. So one thing here, you get more of what's already good. And the art here, again, is spectacular. And like I said before, kind of a Adventure Time-esque art. And you do get a new starting tile if you want to use that. And it's cool. It's blue. I like it. But the main thing that you get here are the monuments. Now let's go over some of the art just to kind of look at them. And I just love how they translate the blocks into the actual art on the very back here. Right, I like that statue. And yeah, I can see it. Oh, I'm just dropping these all over the place. Now, let's go over what these monuments do. They're basically like a palace. And when you complete it, you do the same thing. You get points, and sometimes you'll get rewards. But when you place it down, you will have ownership. That's why they provide you with a little bit of extra houses instead of the one. Now, this is going to provide you with a benefit, because if anybody places near you, you will then get a coin of your choice. Now, there are different arrows that we can see here. They're just white outlines. Those actually are nothing. So if you were to have 2 of those together, you wouldn't get anything at all. But right here, you would get a yellow block if you want. That's really it. It doesn't add too much, but what it does add is a little bit more style. This is my favorite one out of all of them. The alpaca statue, a hotel more of. Oh, yeah, I just love it. So Now let me give you my final opinion on this. So that is what Monument brings to the game, and I don't normally give expansion grades. I either say I recommend them or I don't recommend them. What do I on this? I recommend it, especially if you like Catacombs cubes. This is just going to be more of what you love already. It doesn't really dilute the game at all. I haven't played the 5 or 6 games, so that might take a little bit longer. I'll have to get back to you on that one. But I do appreciate the option to have a bigger group. Now the shapes here, they couldn't have done better. And I love the shapes that they picked, and the fact that they have a dwarf in there. It's like they made this expansion specifically for me, so take that for what it is. There is a little bit of bias. I love the colors of this expansion. I love some of the content in it. And I've already loved the game, so I'm recommending it on that biased note. Though if Catacombs Cubes is one of your go-to games, you have to pick this up. Otherwise, if you don't need 5 or 6 players, you're not missing out too much. So you don't necessarily have to go run in and get this. So don't feel like this is something, if you don't grab right away, that you're missing out. But if you want a little bit more and the base game is just lacking a little bit for you, well, get this. It will spice it up absolutely. So that is what I think about this expansion. Thank you so much for your support with this review copy again. Really do appreciate it. Now, Vine Nation, if you haven't already, click like and subscribe. Well, do that right now. I really would appreciate that. Leave down in the comments what you think about this game or some of the games that you want me to review, as well as if you want to pick up this expansion, it's going to be in the description below. You can do it there. Until next time that I see you, have a great rest of your day and great time with all you play. My name is Dave and I'm reporting to you out. Bye. Vine Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance as a dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.